Today we have Miss Jessie Malin with us. We are just going to sit here and talk and have a good time. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good, good. So you let's go all the way back to your childhood. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Tazewell, Tennessee.
Tansville,
Tazewell,
Tazewell,
Tazewell.
Tazewell, Tennessee.
It was kind of close to the Smoky Mountains.
Okay. And
Oh,
so how did you and your husband meet?
well, I came to Hayti. Well, I finished UT, and I looked on the little board there for people to have jobs,
Uh-huh.
and I said Hayti. They wanted a home ec teacher, and they had all this money. Sounded good.
No.
So I thought, well, it'll be good. I'll get away from home. I'll see the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I went out there, and then I met my husband. I met Charlie, and that was my dying day. It was the worst day of my life.
No, worst day of your
No,
life.
it wasn't.
I'll tell you. Oh, Charlie was a dandy,
He
wasn't he?
was. He was. He always had a funny joke.
He sure did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. For some reason, he had told me a story about Rob and a raccoon, and I thought it was the funniest story I ever heard. And he would call me. And after that, he always called me Cooney. After that, he was dandy. So then what year was that? When did you when did you move to rector? I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, I graduated from college when I was about 20 years old, and so I went, looked on the bulletin board
Uh-huh.
for jobs,
Yeah.
and I saw a job at Hayti. So I came to Hayti to teach my first year, and then I met Charlie,
And then moved to rector.
moved to rector.
And do you remember what year that was?
No, I don't remember
Okay.
what
Okay.
year that was.
It was a long time ago, though,
It
wasn't
was a long time ago. It was
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was a
And
young thing.
oh yeah. And what do you remember about when you came to rector? What did you think?
Well, I thought it was just another little town.
Just another little town,
Like,
down like Hayti, like all other
like
towns
Hayti,
back then. Yeah.
like Rector,
Hmm.
like Tazewell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then you came to rector, and did you immediately get the job as home ec teacher here?
Well, see, I came to Hayti first
Uh-huh.
and taught there for a year
Uh-huh.
and met Charlie. And then we dated and I sort of liked him. And we got married. And then I moved to Hayti, a rector, and I taught there ever since until I retired.
Yeah. So you were a home ec teacher up until, well, in my senior year, you were my uh, counselor, or our
Yeah, I
counselor.
became a high school counselor.
Yeah, and that was 1969, 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we even went on the senior trip together, didn't we?
We had lots of fun on our senior trip, didn't we?
We sure did. And so as I'll say, as you're growing up, because you were 20, 21 years old, and rector was a pretty active place back then, wasn't it?
It was. It was really the train stopped.
Yeah, it had a depot and
Uh-huh.
yeah, a pasture train. Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I have a thing that when they say stop.
Oh yeah. Oh, really? The lantern, or
Yeah, yeah,
really? Wow.
yeah.
Don't you throw that thing away?
Huh?
Don't you throw that thing away?
Oh, I won't. I won't.
Well, that's pretty neat. So, what about you remember anything about your teaching years? Any particular students that you?
Oh, I had lots of students and they were all good.
Yeah.
I loved all my
Yeah.
kids.
Well, that's
I had Robert. I remember Roberta maybe.
oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
uh, Betty, what was her last name?
Random one.
Betty Randleman. Yeah,
Yeah.
Betty Randleman. I mean, I had lots of kids.
Oh my
In
goodness,
fact,
yes,
I had so
yeah.
many
Yeah, it's hard to pick one, isn't it?
But it is,
Yeah.
it is.
Well, you did never have me because you remember in those days, uh, if you were in FFA, you took home ec for a week. And
Uh-huh,
everybody switched. Well,
yeah.
I never took FFA, so I did never get to do that.
So you missed out on it.
I did miss out on that. Yeah, yeah.
That's
And
bad.
so so I still don't know how to cook today.
But you could.
Well, I'm starting to learn a little. Yeah,
Yeah.
with Janice
All you
and her
gotta do,
problems.
all you
Yeah,
gotta do is get your recipe.
yeah, yeah. Just that's what I've learned. If you follow that recipe, it usually turns out okay. Yeah, that maybe not great, but okay.
Well,
Yeah,
okay, it's
enough to eat. Yeah,
edible.
yeah, yeah. And so uh, I know that you did things like you're in home. You're I mean the maybe like the home demonstration or the women's club. I know you were active in the women's
Yes,
club.
active in the women's club.
Yeah,
Yes,
very active
had
women's club.
Krista Hedrick
Hmm.
and all those
Yeah,
ladies.
lend a book out.
Oh yeah, I got a
Yeah,
book out.
yeah.
She's still alive.
She's still going. She's had some health issues, but she's still going. I've got to do an interview with her pretty soon too.
Okay.
Uh, so I'll tell you something I think about all the time. I mean, it's almost like in the back of my memory all the time. And that's when we did that first um, hee haw show in back,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
back in
Yes, yes,
in
yes.
60, probably 69.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, the first one. Hee haw was so big on TV.
Uh-huh.
We did the hee haw, and then later in Ronnie Bird's class and uh, David Thompson and that group, and
Yeah,
Ray played banjo,
yeah, yeah.
and they did another one. I don't know when 72 or three, I guess they did another one, and I remember helping with it. Uh,
Yeah, you were always in there.
yeah, yeah. I've always been in there. Yeah. So let me think of something else that we could talk. What do you want to talk about? What's on your mind?
Oh my goodness. I like this place.
Oh, I do too. I love coming here playing. We've played here before. We're at the Chateau, in Chateau on the Ridge. You know
That's
what it's
right.
called
Mm-hmm.
in Paragould. And I just finished playing with Chuck Bridges' place, French Harp, and he's entertaining, isn't he?
He is
Yeah.
entertaining.
But we've been to Piggott, and we've been to St. Bernard Village at Jonesboro,
Yeah.
and we're starting to play around some different assisted livings like this, and they're all good. They're all good. But I especially like coming here. I just always have. I used to come here with Doc's friends. You remember
Who?
Doc's friends? Where there was, we had banjo and fiddle and
Oh
Malin
yeah.
and
Oh
all that
yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We played here several times, and but yeah, this is a great place. Uh, and I know several people here. That's an amazing thing. Um, so when uh, since you retired from teaching, or I should say, counselor, uh, what did you do? I know you got to where you were pretty good at computer.
Yeah, I did play on a computer, didn't I?
You sure did. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I remember
and
you showing me how.
yeah, yeah, and you
I had a
just
computer.
uh-huh.
In fact, one of the first ones.
Yep. And I had several ladies, Miss Rena Snow,
Uh-huh.
Mary Lynham,
Yeah.
and I had several ladies, that I would help them with their computers, and I always enjoyed spending time with all of y'all. Uh, so
Well, I'm sure you learned a lot.
I learned, yeah, yeah. When I was in school, I didn't ever think I'd be teaching you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we never know what we're going to do tomorrow, do we?
No, we don't. We don't. No, no. So, back in the day, back in the, I don't know when it was, 50s, I guess, maybe early 60s, when they had the drawing downtown.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Are they trying to bring that back?
Well, we did a little bit with it, but it didn't
It
take off.
didn't
Not
go.
anything like that. No, no. The museum tried it, and but it didn't take off. But
You've done well with the museum, though.
well, thank you. But this is about you.
Well, I know, but the museum is
Well, thank you, thank
it's
you.
just something to, I think, for Rector to be proud of.
Well, and yeah, we are proud of it. And these interviews, people are enjoying these interviews
I think
too.
that, that little thing that they swung, the light that they swung.
The little lamp, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, you can will that to the museum. We'll put it.
I can.
There you go.
I will, because I don't think anybody would want it but me anyway. Steve might want it. I don't know.
Yeah, he might. And but anyway, so let's talk about your kids.
Okay, what about them?
Well, what do you want to say about them?
Well,
I may have to edit that part out. You.
No, my kids were good.
Oh yeah, I love your kids. Yeah.
Kathy taught school,
Uh-huh.
and Steve worked for Anheuser-Busch. He started out at the rice mill,
Mm-hmm.
and he moved up to St. Louis with Mr. Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bush liked him.
Yeah.
I don't know about the second one. The first one, there were two of them, wasn't there? The first Augie. The first man, August Bush.
Okay, I'm not familiar with them, so.
Well, anyway, he liked Steve
Mm-hmm.
and wanted him to come up there, so that's how he went to St. Louis.
Uh-huh. And you're still there? Is he still there? Or
No, he's moved back to Rector. I think he's retired, and he's moving back to Rector.
Oh, okay.
I think he's moving back to my house.
Oh, is that right?
I think so.
Well, that's pretty cool. We'll keep him busy.
Do that.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah,
He needs to be kept busy.
There's some people that are moving back to Rector, and that's going to be good for Rector.
Yeah, I think he wants to come back.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah.
At least part time.
Yeah.
He's got a house at Lake.
Oh, okay.
And
now, you remember which lake is that?
No,
Is that Lake of the Ozarks?
No.
I don't know. North Fork. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's lots of lakes. There's
yeah.
There's over at Paris, Tennessee. There's that lake. I can't remember what it is, but lots of lakes around.
Yeah.
And then Kathy, she served on the board for the museum as for a long time, and I think it was a secretary, and did an excellent job. And
Kathy does everything. She does it right.
I loved working with her, and we still stay in contact. Talked to her this past week. We chatted with her, online this week. So, well, I don't want to keep you too long, but you have anything that you want to mention or talk about or brag about or?
Oh, I don't brag about what I did.
Well, we'd like to hear it.
I guess I was a success because I taught.
Yeah.
And stayed one place for a long time.
Yeah. Like 40 years at Rector, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that is a long time. And
it
speaks for your success of staying that long, and then raised two really good kids who have been successful.
I did.
And so yeah, and you stayed married to that old Charlie for a long time too.
I did. I put up with him a long
whether if you liked it or not.
He was funny.
He was.
He could tell the funniest stories.
Yep. So, all right. Well, if we don't have anything else, I guess we'll close this thing down, and I'll work on it, and we'll get it to where the people can enjoy it.
Okay.
All right. I love you.
I'm glad you do, and I love you too.
All right.